Yo, what up, it's Don.
Savingly here.
We are the Soul Brothers. It's a showdown. 10 versus 11. Which one is more better? We're about to let you know.
Yes.
Let's start with the traction. Let's get right into it. Both translucent outsoles. Mostly translucent, or a lot of translucents in the 10.
Yes.
But there is some solid colorways too. But this is stupid translucent.
Very, very translucent.
I mean, this is the most translucent I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's a little more than that. But traction in the 10 isn't phenomenal.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the hardest bite. It does pick up a little bit of dust. I mean, it's good. It's adequate. And it's also pretty soft and not too durable. Mine are fraying off pretty bad, even just from indoor use. So outdoor use is out of the question.
Yeah. The KD11, good stopping power. I would say on a clean court, the KD11 is a little bit better. On a clean court, the KD10 is not bad. On a dusty setting though, my KD10s pick up a good amount of dust, and it picks it up pretty fast, so I had to wipe a lot on the KD10s. The 11s are very, very good on dust. Even though there was dust, I was not slipping out or anything. And just a little minor wipe and I was good to go. So on dust, KD11 is also better. And outdoor use, the KD11 is probably going to be a little bit better. The rubber is, I guess, I would say a little thicker as well, but also harder.
Yeah.
So clean courts, KD11 by a little bit. Dusty courts, KD11 is way better. And outdoor use or just durability wise on indoor courts, the KD11 is better. So what's better? KD11 for the win, for the traction. Moving on to the cushion.
In the KD10, you got zoom. It's a full-length zoom unit. There's a little separation in the toe here. So I guess it's kind of 2 zoom units. But the rest of that, I mean, I guess what is this, a Phylon?
Yeah.
Phylon just sitting on top of it. It's nice though. I mean, you could feel that zoom. If you like zoom, if you like that feeling, it's great. Great impact protection. Not the fastest feeling cushion setup.
Nope.
And you do feel a little high up, but it's a, cozy plush ride.
Yeah, that's my problem with the KD10 and KD9 setup. It feels super nice. I love it. And when you get it at first, like, oh, this is super nice. But then, like, practicality-wise, for me, in my opinion, I don't like it as much because it's a little too much zoom unit, a little too much balance for me. So I mean, obviously, if you like zoom, then that's a good option. But I feel a little too much like lag while I'm playing, especially in the 10 and the 9. So I don't like it as much, but in the 11, you have a full-length React midsole carrier, and you have a top-loaded zoom unit, full-length zoom unit, which is right underneath your foot. You have rubber coming up like crazy, which is caging the React like crazy. But it feels like it's the perfect amount of bounce for me. The perfect amount of bounce, not too crazy, responsive, good impact protection. The only thing is, I mean, it feels high off the ground, but I would say it feels. You get the same amount of court feel as you do in the 10. So court feel is around the same though. So it's pretty much, it's very subjective, but I like the KD11 setup way more. Even though the React midsole is pretty much pointless. There's really no point in putting React there because you can't feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would go with the KD11 setup. But if you like 10, I would probably say, or if you like that setup, probably just go with the 10. But if you guys have ever tried a full-length zoom setup like the 0.1 or something like that, then I would probably suggest KD11.
Okay, there's that. Moving on to the upper / materials. In the KD10, flying it, that's kind of standard at this point. You got these hella thick rope laces, which are kind of dope. You got these hella thick rope laces, which I mean are super nice, super premium.
I like them, yeah.
And they kind of go through all the way to the lateral and medial side, so you really get some compression in the midfoot. You got a little bit of synthetic suede. Is this synthetic? I think so.
Feels pretty shady.
Yeah, it's not super nice and kind of stretchy in the middle of the foot. Super nice materials, also pretty similar to the 11s.
Basically the same. Like,
yeah.
Really stiff at first in the toe area, but once you break it in, it gets really soft. But it is pretty glued down, and there's a lot of underlay in both of the shoes. In the toe area, in the midfoot or where the laces are, the Flyknit stretches a lot. I like that. It stretches over your foot and makes it fit a lot nicer. And also in the back you have synthetic suede. So I guess the lacing system is a little different. I do like the KD10 lacing system just a little bit better. The KD11 has fly wire, and then the KD10 I guess has just regular eyelets.
Yeah.
I would say. But overall, just materials, pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Also, what's easier to put on? I would say they're around the same. Maybe the 11 is a little bit easier because you have this pull tab, and you know, you can put your finger through it and then stretch it like a lot. The KD10 doesn't really do that as much, but it's still pretty easy to put on the 10. But yeah, so overall materials, I would say it's around the same, to be honest, you know?
Fit.
Same.
Yeah. Narrow, long.
I mean, the 10 is really long. I got size 7 and still long. So I would say the KD10 runs a little bit longer than the 11. The 11 I went down half a size because all KDs run long, and I'm good to go in the 11s. But I went down half a size in the 10, and they're still a little long for me, so just watch out for that. But width-wise, pretty damn narrow, and there's really no dead space anywhere in the shoe, which feels super nice. It feels like a second skin or whatever you want to call it, because that stretchy Flyknit stretches over your foot. Feels super nice. So there's that.
Support and lockdown.
Yep, super bad issue. There's a super big issue in both of the shoes. I mean, the 10 was a little worse, in my opinion. I feel like it was a little less supportive. But, and they did bring up the caging a little bit. You know, this little gray part right here does come up, which I don't know why I still have lateral stability issues, even though this comes up. But it doesn't come up a lot, so maybe that's the reason.
Plus you sit kind of high. Yeah, that doesn't help.
Exactly. So lateral, but the 10 was a little worse. So I would give it to the 11 just a little bit, but still not the best, most supportive shoe, support wise.
Right.
So KD11 for the win just a little bit. Lockdown, they're both good. There's no heel slippage or anything, but of course, like I said, lateral containment was not good. And ankle stability wise, I mean, it felt good in both. I wasn't like, you know, rolling, my ankle wasn't like rolling out or anything, so it felt pretty good there. Moving on to the
weight.
Yes. So the KD11 is like what, 13.4 or something?
Yeah.
13.54. And the KD10, ooh, wow. 11.75?
And
really?
Are they both the same size?
Yeah, same size.
Right. Wow.
That was unexpected. But the KD10 feels pretty, like, it feels the same to me. It doesn't feel lighter. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I would say the KD11 feels a little bit more bulky because there's a lot more rubber underneath your foot, but there's still like a lot of rubber like underneath your foot as well.
Yeah.
It just feels bulky also underneath your foot. So I would say light on, if you feel, I would say, you know, feeling light on your feet and stuff like that, they're around the same. The KD11 I would say is a little bit more responsive of a shoe, so while playing, the KD11 feels lighter on your feet.
Right.
So there's that. Moving on to durability.
The outsole in the 10s is not great. Yeah. I mean, mine are fraying off pretty despicably just from indoor use.
And the zoom unit can pop.
Yes.
I mean, the zoom unit can pop in the 11 as well, but in a if it's caged like that, you know, if you have that that zoom bag, that folding zoom bag, and it's caged inside the midsole, I've never experienced it popping. Yeah. But like an outsole like this, it can definitely pop. Yeah. So durability wise, I give it to 11s.
Ventilation.
Same, around the same. Not too hot, not too cool.
Right. Aesthetics.
10.
10.
10 looks way better.
Yep.
Yes.
I guess let's wrap it up. They're both 150.
Yes.
Kept the price the same. That's nice.
Very, very nice. What performs better? I would say they perform pretty similarly, but the 11 I like better. The traction's better. The cushion, I like the setup. I like the 11 better. The upper is around the same, but it's a little bit more supportive. So that's also another thing I like about the 11s. So performance-wise, I would say 11's better.
Right.
If you guys want to copy either of the shoes, we will leave a link in the description box below. But that's it. Good job to Nike for improving the KD line just a little bit, but still sad to see that support is an issue. So,
yeah.
But anyways, That was a versus video. I think I should watch it and see.